Hello, welcome to your restorative practice. We're going to have a really cozy, soothing practice today. So I want you to choose to either be in your bed or take an extra blanket over your mat so you have a little extra cushion. And grab a chair or have some wall space. I'd recommend a chair though, for sure. And also extra blankets, extra pillows, all the cozy things. We're going to start out just lying down on our backs. My chair here off to the side, ready when we need it. We'll just stretch out here for a few moments. So if you have an extra blanket, a little bit of padding underneath the back of the head, I like to take that blanket into a square and just tuck and roll the bottom edge of the blanket so that the back of the neck gets extra padding. If your legs are stretched out, you can let your legs widen a little bit more. Kind of roll the shoulder blades underneath the back. Maybe rest the hands, palms face down on the belly. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Do that twice more, inhaling through the nose. Out through the mouth. One last time. Let the breathing be neutral, in and out through the nose, and just kind of start to scan the body and notice how you feel today. What are the quality of thoughts? As you arrive into your practice, you start to allow yourself to let go of any tension in the body. There's tension in the jaw, release. Shoulder blades, release. Start to bend your knees and plant your feet. Take your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Just figure 4 on your back. So right ankle to left thigh. And then rock that side to side. So you're rolling to the inner and outer edge of your left foot with your figure 4 in place. We'll come back through center, and you can either stay here like this with figure 4, or you can hug it closer into the chest. You can reach for the back of the left thigh or the left shin bone. Take 3 breaths here. So if you pulled your knee towards your chest, let's bring that left foot back to the floor. Keep your figure 4. We're going to heel toe the left foot towards the right glute, kind of move the hips to the right a few inches. And then you're going to roll to the outer left leg, sole of the right foot plants. Just turning your figure 4 off to the side, off to the left side. You can always stack props underneath the outer leg or the sole of the right foot if the floor feels far away. If you like, you could reach down with your left hand and catch a hold of your right ankle. And from there, you could sweep your right arm off to the side or up and overhead. Long, deep breathing here. Deep into the belly. Three breaths here. If you're binding the hand to the ankle, release that. Take your time, roll the pelvis back through center. Release your right foot. Just pause for a moment. Both feet on the mat, knees bent. Start to take your left ankle on top of the right thigh. Figure 4 on your second side. First, we're just going to rock it side to side. So you're rolling to the inner and outer edge of your right foot. Come back through center. You can stay right here and just rest with that left knee open out to the side, or you can reach for the right thigh, pull it into the chest with your figure 4. Interlacing the hands around the back of the hamstring or the top of the shin. Three breaths here. Start to bring your right foot back to the floor. Keep your figure 4. Heel toe that right foot to your left glute. And then move the hips over a little bit with it. So when you're moving off to your right side with the legs, your spine's relatively vertical. So outer right leg is on the mat, sole of the left foot is planted. The chest is squared open to the ceiling. And then there's the option to take the right hand to the left ankle. Left arm off to the side or overhead. Let's take 3 breaths here. Start to release, go slow. Release your hand first if you're binding the ankle. Slowly roll onto the back of the pelvis. Release the left foot to the mat. Just pause here for a few moments. Let's roll off to a side. We'll press our way up to a seat. And this is where our chair is going to come in handy. So if you haven't already grabbed your chair, go ahead and get it. I'm going to grab us a timer so I can keep us honest. So a couple of options. One, you could take one leg off to the side, like you could stretch your right leg out long and leave your left knee bent, and then take your chair in front of you. And so you're just kind of resting your hands on your chair, like you're folding your hands and leaning forward. Or the second option, if you want a little bit more of QL, low back, lateral side stretch, you'd place that chair right over the straight leg and fold your hands on your chair. So when you go straight down the center with that stretch, you get a little bit more into the interior leg, the medial side of the hip. And when you move your stretch off to the side, it's a little bit more back body QL. That's QL's quadratus lumbar. It's the low back muscle. One is not necessarily better than the other. It's just you're getting a different result. So what is tight? What needs a little extra attention? And do your best to just soften in here, relax your jaw. And relax your shoulders. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And start to lift up. And we'll switch sides. So whatever leg you have stretched out, bend it. Stretch out through the opposite leg. And then kind of keeping in what you did the first round, either the chair in front of you, so you're leaning straight forward, tracking in line with the chest, or over the stretched out leg off to the side, and folding in here. And take about 3 more breaths. And we'll slowly start to sit up, release out of that fold. And we're going to set up for our last shape, which will serve as Shavasana if you like. And I'd recommend using the chair for this if you have one that doesn't have arms, so that you can get your calves all the way on top and the backs of the knees to the edge of the chair, because this is a really soothing point. In yoga, we call them marmas. They're like high trigger points for the body that trigger a nervous system response. So rest and digest, that's the parasympathetic nervous system. So if you can get the backs of the knees in contact with the short edge of the chair, that's how you trigger that. And laying down on your back, and if you were using that pillow, or not pillow, but a folded blanket underneath the back of the head, get that back into place. Tuck and roll underneath the neck just one time. It doesn't need to be a huge lift, just a little bit of support for the cervical spine. And roll your shoulders down your back. Relax your legs completely. Your toes, your ankles, your knees, your hips. Relax. Take a deep breath in through the nose here. Out through the mouth. Soften and settle in. Just feeling the weight of the bones, the skin, the muscle, resting on whatever you're lying on. No tension. Just release. Take 1 minute here. In Shavasana. If you have more time to spare, please stay exactly as you are. If you need to move on with your day, start to awaken fingertips, toes, circling out ankles and wrists. Moving your head side to side. And when you're ready, you can roll off to a side, moving through fetal position. And up to a brief seat. I'll invite you to join me in Ganesha Mudra, which is your left palm up and your right palm down, and you interlock your fingers. And just rest that in your lap. Ganesha is symbolic of your ability to tap into your self-worth, your confidence. Just taking a moment to rest here and visualizing what that means for you. What does it look like? What does it feel like? There's no wrong answer. Just notice what comes up. Breathe into that. Closing, bow your chin to your chest with reverence and gratitude for the practice and to all of our teachers, past, present, future. Most importantly, to the teacher within your own heart. Namaste, yogis. All right, everyone, thank you. I hope you had a good practice. Thank you for joining me. Take care of yourselves. Until next time, I hope to have you back in class soon.